Oh, this is space. I'm in space. 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 Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Hello. How's everybody doing? Hi. You are looking at a streamer who was very, very excited that I got up early and on time to watch the Starlink launch at 6 a.m. and then promptly realized after you know, when you're waking up, you reach that point where you're like, okay, I'm awake. And then realized it moved to right now. Why? Anyway, moving on. So, yep. Just, you know, nice and responsible.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
My telescope crashed into my microscope. It's now a kaleidoscope.
You know it's bad if those give me a chuckle. You know we've tanked. You know like we've hit rock bottom. No, I'm not even close to that. But anyway, were you at least productive with other things this morning? No, I attempted to go back to sleep. Attempted. And then Breeze alarms went off at 7:30. And then in my sleepy stupor, I forgot to shut my alarms off. My alarms go off at 8, 8:30, and 9. I've been having a day, dude, again. Oh man. Hey, that's the nature of the beast, dude. That's the nature of the beast. But we got a Starlink launch, you know, that's good. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hey, G-Class, what's going on? Just hum the Friday song for 30 seconds. You'll wake up. You'll feel better with some supersonic retro propulsion. I think so. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. How you feeling? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I just woke up at 6 for this rocket launch, and then it moved like a cat chasing the laser beam. I'm like, ooh, rocket! Ah! Oh, it's gone. You know. Hope the dates for Flight 8 are real. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta be in Texas next week. All right, that's gonna be kind of cool. That means I get to hang around with Mr. Yak and Mr. Das. And when I hang around with Mr. Yak and Mr. Das, I have a Mr. Good Time. Mr. Yak, Mr. Man, Mr. Man. All right, so SpaceX should be having the coverage up here momentarily. Mr. Yak, yes, big, and Hokie, thank you for all the gifted subs. Thank you for keeping us on orbit here at the EJSA. Your station boosting efforts have kept this orbit from decaying into a fiery mess. Yeah, it works. We're playing Beavers again today after launch. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. There we go. We live. All right, so this is Starlink 12-14. What do we got? Hey, W, SpaceX is online. All right, so the booster flying today is 1076 on its 21st flight. 25-day turnaround. Starlink 12-14 is, whoa, 13 DTC and 12 V2 Mini. That's 23 instead of 21. That, dude, it's heavy payload. This thing's gonna go slow off the pad. It's launching out of Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. That's down in Florida. And it's SpaceX's 22nd mission of 2025. 35th orbital launch attempt for 2025. And Falcon 9's 440th mission total. KSP, we did a full day of Beavers yesterday. Yeah, I don't know, man. How about you play something from your new backlog? Hey, look, a rocket launch.
Falcon 9 tanks are pressurizing for strong back lower.
Okay, we're inside of 5 minutes. Clamp arms up at the top of the rocket will release now. Why is this camera Oh, it's windy. It's windy. Look at the plants over there on the left. We got a little bit of liftoff conditions here. Let me pull the METAR for Titusville.
Lower has started.
Okay, strong back is going to retract to 87 degrees. Okay, the METAR for Space Coast Regional, 9-mile-an-hour winds. So winds coming from the north. So wind 360, 9 miles an hour. Temperature's 59 degrees. Pressure's 30 3037. Dang. Visibility 7 miles, clear skies. View clouds at 3,500 feet. Wind 15 miles an hour from the north-northeast with gusts up to 22 miles an hour. I mean, I don't know why it's showing in miles an hour. It should be knots. Scattered clouds at 3,000. Forecast values from 21 to 14. 27 minutes ago. Yeah, so it's a little windy. A little windy down there. Not too bad, though. Hey, Ted. It's pretty cold. Yeah, 59 degrees at 59 humidity is cold. That's cold for Florida. I mean, but it is winter. But yeah, that's cold for you guys. It's up here where I'm at. I think we've had like 2 or 3 days above freezing up the coast. You know, about 1,100 miles up the coast. We've had like 3 days where the temperature has been above freezing. The ice is frozen to the ice, which is frozen to the ground, which is frozen to more ice. Dude, my whole yard.
One lock load complete.
Everything. It's all ice. Always has been. Okay. Second stage LOX load should be completed here in a moment. We should move into ground gas closeout. You cannot deploy the big cameras due to the winds. Yep. Yeah, it is windy. Gusting up to 22 miles an hour. Keep in mind, that's Titusville. Titusville, I pulled the METAR for Space Coast Regional. That's like way over there. Probably about 10 miles that way. Or 16 kilometers.
Stage 2 LOX load complete.
Due west of here. Okay, should get a call for ground gas closeouts here momentarily. You got 8 inches of snow. John, that's weird when you get more snow than me. Yeah, Roadcraft's going to be sick, man. That's going to be a cool game. Okay, there's the ground gas
closeouts has started.
There's the ground gas closeout here. Falcon 9 is removing the propellants from the transporter erector because you want propellants in your rocket and not in your launch pad when it goes to launch. I mean, that's the short story. They moved it. They moved it on us, Graham. Yeah. Woke up at 0600 and it's like, oh, it's 4 hours from now. That's great.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Okay, Falcon 9 has entered startup. Once again, the booster flying today is 1076 on its 21st flight on a 25-day turnaround. This thing has already
Launch
flown.
director, go for launch.
LD reports go. This thing's already flown this year, which is pretty crazy. But the payloads today are 13 direct-to-cell and 10 V2 minis. Starlink satellites. That 23, that's a lot. That's a lot of payload. This thing's going to be a little slow getting off the pad. No, Matt, not really. It was in the 20s in South Georgia and North Florida this morning. Okay, pad deluge is on.
10, 9, 8.
Sound suppression water system should be activating now. There it is.
4, 3.
Ignition.
1. Ignition. Liftoff. Go Falcon. Go Starlink.
Okay, I think it launched. Yep, no, it did. Okay. On this Friday morning, Starlink Group 12-14 in the air on a
And
cold
chamber pressures
Florida
are
morning.
nominal.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal. We should get a call for power and telemetry here in the next 20 seconds.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Power and telemetry nominal.
There's a good call for it. Chaos Slayer, 17-month resub. Thank you. Okay, Falcon 9 has entered a roll and pitch over right after it left the pad. And it's looking to fly on it's flying a southeast trajectory today. Next step here is maximum dynamic pressure, or max Q, peak aerodynamic compression load on the vehicle. Basically, Falcon 9 is going up. If you look over there at the numbers, look at the numbers. The one with the numbers. Yeah, it's going pretty fast, but it's still traveling in the atmosphere. So SpaceX throttles down the engines to make sure that the rocket doesn't accordion itself, because the fairing up at the top, the aerodynamic fairing, can't move the air out of the way, and that induces basically a compression load on the vehicle. Think like a hydraulic press. Yeah, it's very nice. But now that they're up out of the atmosphere, you know, they only throttle them for a second. They throttle them back up right around now. You should get a call for second stage. Merlin vacuum chill should be happening here in a second. We must deal with it. This is a southeast trajectory, not a straight due south trajectory, Baron. Okay, Falcon 9 now lining with its posigrade vector here for throttling of the 9 first stage engines. Throttle down and for main engine cutoff here.
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Okay, gifted a sub to Baron. There you go.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
Good separation.
MVAC ignition.
Upper stage ignition. Boom. Very brisk Florida day down there. You can see the entire peninsula. You see all the way to Tampa over there. That's the entire I-4 corridor, man. That's pretty cool. Like, look, see? There's Tampa over there. Somewhere down there, Cletus McFarland is flying his helicopter around. Somewhere down there.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Bearing separation confirmed.
Okay, there we go. Got a fairing
Discovery,
separation.
go at throttle up.
And look, there's the stacks. You can see there's distinctly two different types of satellites stacked on top of each other. Some of those are the direct-to-cell Starlink satellites, and the other ones are just Starlink V2 minis. Now, what's the difference? Long story short, the direct-to-cell satellites are carrying a little bit more power. More power, Mr. Sulu. They're carrying a little bit more power, and basically they're floating, they're orbiting cell phone towers. They can beam a cell signal right to your phone, which is, it's pretty impressive. More power. No problem, Sir Dog. Gotcha. The stiffener ring they haven't used stiffener rings on their JW in years at this point, dude. Yeah. Crazy, right? They just stopped using that. Yeah, we don't need that. Do you think second stage deorbit is going to go right today? Well, I hope so. All right, so right now the first stage is coasting, right? Did the direct-to-cell ones need a bigger antenna as well? I mean, Orange probably. I'm not too well versed in radio communications, but I know you need more power to send a signal. I assume you probably need a bigger dish too. Well, dish, antenna, be the right way to say it. Friend of Monkeys, 30-month resub. Are Starlinks the most advanced satellite out there? They seem really high-tech. I would say that James Webb is probably the most advanced satellite that we have. Yeah. Is that ice buildup we see on the side of the engine? That's solid oxygen left over from the vent line, dude. See the venting line right there? Yeah, that's normal. It's solid oxygen because, you know, the vent line is outgassing GOX, and if you outgas gas at high pressure into the vacuum, in a moment it solidifies. Right?
Discovery,
because in that momentary pressure drop, you get extreme cold. But then it drops to the vacuum, and then it drops to nothing, which is why that ice is just seemingly that quote-unquote ice is seemingly hanging around an engine that is anything but cold. The vacuum does weird things with physics, man.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
Okay, here's the super sonic retro. Say the word, Bart. Supersonic retro propulsion. Yay! There we go. Falcon 9 firing its engines to slow down and using the exhaust gas from the rocket motors to push re-entry heating away. Basically using the gases from the rocket engine as a heat shield. That's right, B-Pat. Yep.
Stage 2 AFTS has saved.
Yeah. How did I know that whole satellite thing was people are gonna say, well, that's really good, but what about this? It's like, okay. How high up there are the Starlink satellites? About 300 miles, Mad. It kind of ranges depending on the shell. Okay. Supersonic retro propulsion called out as EJ's favorite on NSF. What? They did? No, they didn't. Oh, we're going to have to go look.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Okay, here we go. Falcon 9's coming in. Oh, a little choppy out there today.
Stage 2 internal guidance.
Low-hanging clouds. We can usually see the drone ship here. Okay, there it is. Oh, man. It's dealing with a heck of a crosswind there. Look at the RCS go. Whoa, that was a little sketchy. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but it is windy out there. Very windy. Okay, we should get staging here. For this trajectory, we should be looking around 27,100 for staging velocity.
And then shut down.
Good. $27,096. Perfect. Yeah, stress test. It's pretty crazy, right? The time from clearing the skies to landing on the boat was not much. Yep. It's, yeah, pretty crazy. Wish we could see more. I mean, one of these things launches every 2 to 3 days, dude. What more do you want? Check the NSF stream at T+620. All right, let's see what we got.
Or the vehicle.
All right, let's see.
Stage 1 AFTS has saved.
See the grid fin turning? And first engine, the center engine. And there go the 2 other engines. 3 engines up and running. Supersonic retro propulsion, as somebody mentioned.
Yep, supersonic retro propulsion. That's EJ's favorite saying. And as the booster's doing its entry burn.
G, man, he would do that. That's pretty good. I like G. Gene's a good dude, man. Good dude. It's fun working with him. He's not wrong. Anyway. All right. I'm awake. You awake? Let me, I gotta just close the door over here. It is, dude, it is cold. I am not looking forward to what my electrical bill is gonna be this month. It's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be great. What did you think of that XB picture? It was good. I don't know. Yeah, Phil, I saw this. So check this out, guys. You want to see? You know, wood stove for the garage. Yeah, that would be nice. Did you buy this hat online or at Kennedy? I bought it at Kennedy, dude. X-37B took this picture. Hired, is this what you were talking about? Yes, you heard that right. The X-37B took this picture. The Air Force's space shuttle. So, we knew after the last X-37 mission that the X-37B could do some pretty crazy stuff. How high do you think that is? Well into medium Earth orbit, guys. Up there. That's a long way away. I don't know off the top of my head. If I'm recalling correctly, it's apogee. The orbit that the X-37B got put in was 24,000 kilometers. 24,000 kilometer apogee, which is... That I don't know. I could be pulling that out of my tail. It's way up there. That's really high up. 38,838 by 321 at 59. Wow, that's crazy, man. That is a nutso orbit. Yeah, so it's 38. So yeah, that puts it past MEO. That's high Earth orbit. That's geosynchronous. That's geo, man. That's a long way. Didn't it aerobrake already, though? Probably, John. I don't know why the Air Force would go, or the Space Force would go around broadcasting a live picture from their super secret space plane. Let's see what the orbital police has to say. OTV-7 in a 323 by 38,838 at 59. That's crazy, dude. Could be testing out a new high Earth orbit IR sensor for future early warning satellites. Just wild speculation. That would be my guess. That's what the X-37 does. It tests out things. It's think of the X-37 like a reusable satellite. That's basically what it is. That's the idea. I mean, it's crazy how it got up there. That's pretty nuts. Wasn't the last X-37B launch OTV-7 was a Falcon Heavy. That's right. Yeah, I had to look it up, but yeah, it was a freaking Falcon Heavy. So that shot that thing on the 29th of December 2023. So it's been up there for 2 years. Yeah. No. 1 year, excuse me. Sorry, my brain's not good today. I seem to be saying that a lot more lately. I don't like it. But anyway, that was the SF-52 mission. Falcon Heavy. That's how that thing got up there. Falcon Heavy put it into geostationary transfer. And it stayed in geostationary transfer, which is crazy. That's really, really cool, actually. How's it controlled? What do you mean, Chaos? I don't. Hell if I know. My guess is that they're probably just using satellite controls. Like I said, like everybody calls it like, oh, I mean, even me. Everybody calls the X-37 like, oh, the Air Force is oh, it's the Air Force's space shuttle. They're sending people up. No. It's not like a. You don't want to think of this like a shuttle. It's basically a reusable satellite. If you think about the X-37 that way, it makes a lot more sense. It's just a reusable satellite. That's it. That's it. From here on out, Falcon Heavy is officially known as the Yeet Stick. How much Delta V is needed to circularize it geostationary? 14, 15 kilometers a second, if I'm remembering right, Jim. It's an absurd number. It's almost, it actually, in certain cases, depending on your lunar transfer, geostationary circularization is more Delta V than going to the moon, than a translunar injection burn. The reason why is because the moon's gravity is going to help you stop a little bit. It's going to perturb your orbit a little bit. There's nothing to perturb your orbit in geo, so you have to just circularize, straight brute force it up there, right? Yeah, so long story short, what I'm trying to tell you is that Falcon Heavy could probably send X-37 to the moon, but I don't know what you'd do with it there, but it probably could. Now, I don't think the X-37 would have enough Delta V to come back, but also, I'm not saying I don't want that either, you know? You need to read this. Oh. The X-37B was planned to use Earth's atmosphere to dip low into Leo long enough to dispose of its service module safely, then resume its testing and experiment efforts. The OTB-7 mission is the first on which the X-37B is operating in high Earth orbit rather than solely in Leo. Yeah, Heather Wilson leaked that. She definitely shouldn't have said that, like, a couple of years ago. I remember this, Baron. Like, we were listening to that conference on the stream, and she was like, oh yeah, it can actually change its inclination by aero braking with cross-range capability. And I'm like, what? I don't know if you were supposed to say that. like that. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't have said that. I'm pretty sure that wasn't known. But yeah, it was really cool. I'm like, that's awesome. That's so sick. EJ, we talked one time about you wanting to do story after I sent you my first book. Wolfpack, I would love to write alt history book about like space flight. Like think like kind of The Martian, but and kind of For All Mankind, except it doesn't turn into Star Wars at the end. Like a hyper realistic, super sci-fi version of For All Mankind. I would love to, dude. I would love to. Like, it would be awesome. You just wrapped up a new zombie apocalypse political intrigue thriller. That's awesome, man. How much? How much for a copy? I'd love to read it. And then do it. I'm a little busy right now. What's the plans for game today? I don't know, dudes. If you want to coordinate, let me know. All right, Wolfpack. I will. Dude, yeah, I would love to. I would. So, Wolfpack, I've been writing scripts for NSF videos lately. That's what I've been doing. So I'm getting, I mean, scripts for a video is not scripts for a novel, but yeah. Didn't you say you were going to play Workers? I kind of wanted to play Workers, dude. It's also not yet out yet. You literally just finished. Oh, okay. I got you. Literally. Ah, I see what you did there because it's a book. Did NSF say anything why their patches are slower to deliver than Starship launches to space currently? I don't know, Jack, but we should probably figure that one out. I don't work in the merch department, dude. I did have an idea for a funny shirt the other day, though. And I kind of went into the merch store and I was like, the merch store chat, I was like, yo! Hey! We should put this on a shirt. All right, bye. You know? They were like, huh? I was like, EJ, what are you doing here? I'm like, yo, merch department. Hey, I got an idea for a shirt. But I'm not joking. I'm still working on the sequel to the second book, but I have time. I have some time to pass work back and forth on a collab if you want. Wolfpack, like I said, I would love to. I'm just booked out the wazoo right now. Dude, I'm working, you know, I'm doing the 8 to 10 hour streams here with space news and games and whatever. And I do work before work for NSF, and then I have to keep up with the news. So after work, I usually, it's not doom scrolling, but I usually am looking around for new space news and stuff. Yeah. Working like 14, 15 hour days. Like I haven't stopped in probably like 3 weeks. 3-4 weeks. You know, I like burning a candle at both ends, but I can only do it for a short amount of time. But it is fun. It is fun. You know, I do enjoy it. I'll admit, you know, oh, Graham, look at that. Good for you. Oh, jeez, Hokey. Oh, boy. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of doom scrolling lately. I'm not necessarily doom scrolling when I look through. X is still really one of the best places to get space news, guys. Like, it is. Like, that's just the way it be. I don't have a better way to say that. It really is. It's every aerospace company posts updates there. Do you plan to abstain from some of the discussion later on Flame Trench? It's going to be a pretty politically influenced one. Dean, dude, the way I see it is like this. If I can't keep my cool when I'm explaining space news to you guys, I don't deserve to have the privilege of reading space news and telling you guys space news. That's the big reason why I didn't do it yesterday. Because on Wednesday, I lost my cool on stream. Well, I came really damn close. I came really damn close to just getting up and walking away. Because I didn't, you know, and I figure if I can't keep my cool, it's not fair to you guys. It's not fair to the people that pay subscriptions to me. It's not fair and it's not professional. I don't, like, dude, I like to have fun. You know, I kind of not toe the line, like kind of straddle the line between like professionalism and not, because, you know, I like to have a good time. But
Discovery, go at throttle up.
If I can't have fun and I get angry, right, you know, during a space news because I'm just trying to tell you guys what's going on, that's not on you guys, that's on me. I'm the leader of this ship. I'm the captain of this one. That's on me. So not doing space news yesterday was not, and unfortunately it's to the detriment of people that are looking for space news that come to me for that. Not doing space news yesterday was me being accountable for my actions. That's the right way to put it. If I can't deliver the news to you objective and truthfully without getting pissed off, I don't deserve to read the news to you. So, yeah, that's really where it's at. Hey, Solaire, 55 months. Where do math teachers go on vacation? Times Square. Wolfpack, anyway, I'll keep you in the loop on the new book. When you have time, you want to have a conversation about what you want that to look like, I can take on the load of the writing. I don't like working on hard schedules. It forces creativity anyway. Yeah, tell me about it. So if and when you get time you want to talk, I'll be around. Never any pressure. All right, man. All right. Yeah. Shoot me a message on Discord so I have a ping if you could, Wolfpack. If not, we'll figure out another way to communicate. But yeah. Math teachers go in the square hole. I respect the way you conduct yourself here a lot. Good on you. Yeah, Dean, that's all. That's where I'm at. If I can't keep my cool, I don't deserve the privilege of doing this job. Straight up. That's the truth. But also not your intention. It's pretty much your fault. Erudite, it's not your fault. I singled you out, and that's not cool. That's not cool to do. A lot of people were saying the same thing. You were just the last one to say it, and that's what got me tilted. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, the flip side of that is that I have, and here's really where I'm at. Like, I have to be professional, right? And I have to be able to deliver this kind of middle of the road, right? And not because I believe I'm middle in the road on these things, right? Like, I have my opinions about politics. I'm sure some of you could guess what they are, but it's not my job to shoehorn my political opinions about anything but space down your throat. You know what I mean? Like, everybody else does that. I don't want to do that. In content creation, you got to distinguish yourself, right? Like, it's a really big thing. Now, the flip side of that is that I feel an obligation to, for instance, share Elon cursing out the European astronaut on Twitter. Like, that is a key component of this entire story as it unfolds, and I don't really want to do that. I'd rather stick to more technical stuff, but also at the same time I feel an obligation to share this information. Yeah, good fella, I pretty much agree. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't even want to weigh in on it, man. I really don't. I'm just like, what do you do? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? It's like I'm working in a deli, right? Chopping up meats, and somebody comes in and they're like, yeah, I'm a vegetarian. I'm like, what? What? What do you, okay. What do you want me to do about this? I don't, it's a freaking deli. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just, oh, all right. You know, in your defense, it's been hard to cover the news, even in aerospace, especially with Elon doing what he's doing. It's tough on your end as well. Heck, I cover a campaign. Yeah, Joe, I know. Yeah, you post. Yeah, I got you. Appreciate you have to walk a tightrope here, but thanks for doing your best. I'm trying, man. Ma'am, that's the next door over. I'm like, this is a deli. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm a vegetarian. Yeah, I'm vegan. What can I have to eat? It's a deli. Nothing. Go. What are you doing? Like, stop it. Still no pickles. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Sir, this is a Wendy's. No. With that being said, I've had some time to kind of noodle on what, Elon could possibly be thinking, dudes. I talked to Bree about it last night, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like what was said yesterday is in any way, shape, or form okay. Like, why would you do that? Like, dude, if you want to use, like, inappropriate language like that, okay, like, I'll give you an example. Guys, I curse like a sailor off stream. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't do it on stream because it's my job, and I want to have a modicum of professionalism here, right? Just a little bit, but off stream, I curse like crazy. Here, I try not to do it during the day. I mean, still sometimes that, whatever's happening on the stream warrants exclamation, right? But for the most part, like, I curse like a sailor. I say messed up stuff, but I wouldn't say it in a professional capacity. Like, nor would I use those words with anybody that didn't think like I was joking around, right? Like, you're calling an astronaut mentally deficient. Like, what? Bro, that's not joking. You're not joking around. Like, that's not, like, what, in what way is that okay? It's not. Like, that's the answer to that. It's not. You just, dude, you don't have to act like this. You don't have to. You could just say, like, look, you know, here's what I think, and then go from there. You don't need to be like that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he thinks he does. I'm not him. I don't speak for him, you know? The flip side of that, we wouldn't use that terminology at all, really. Like, Dean, I'm from the Northeast, man. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't curse out the storm and say stuff I probably shouldn't. But I wouldn't do it. I'm not doing it in polite company. You know, you horse around with your friends, you say messed up stuff. It happens. Like, nobody's perfect. If anything, that's the outlet. Like, right? Like, but I would never do that in any professional capacity. Like, why would you do that? Like, I don't understand. Now, I was trying to... Workers, please? Oh, Runars, you're over it, huh? All right. He may start losing business at his companies if he's not careful. I don't think so, David. I think Elon knows very much that his services are by far and away the best in the business, and they still are. Like, I think Elon has pretty much reached the don't give a flying frick what anybody thinks of me phase, which seems to happen. Like, any eccentric people that are, like, insanely smart like that always reach that phase. That's what I've noticed. Like, Henry Ford reached that phase, only, you know, his was with other stuff. Not good stuff. You know, Tesla went bananas. Howard Hughes. You know, it seems to be kind of a token of, like, pushing yourself and, you know, pushing the envelope for so many years. You finally go bananas. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe but see, the flip side of that, guys, is that, you know, what if he's, and I thought about this. I had to talk this out with Bree last night because I just couldn't put my finger on it. Like, in no way what he said okay. Like, you can't, dude, don't do that. Like, I get it, free speech and everything. That's fine, but, you know, a lot of people look up to you. You know what I mean? You don't need, like, I get it, you know, free speech absolutist, etc., staunch constitutionalist. I get it. Like, I understand, and I hope people do too, but I just, like, just like what I do here, like, I think it pays dividends to have some modicum of respect, you know? Like, guy's an astronaut. Andreas Morgensen is not an idiot by any means. Yeah, exactly, Norath, right? Now, the flip side of that, dude, do you think he's a lizard man and may have a double? No, Daily, I don't. I just... Yeah, no. It's just Elon doing Elon things. Now, like I said, what are the arguments to getting rid of the ISS early with no replacement, though? I don't know. I don't know, Orange. What I do know is that every person has their breaking point, man. Point where you just don't care anymore, right? Entropy. Elon himself talks about it, like, interestingly enough. Like, I don't know if that's what's going on here, but see, what I was talking about with Bree, guys, is what if he's not wrong? Like, Elon has been wrong about a fair share of things. Like, there's that whole submarine thing, right? The whole rescuing the stranded people in the cave, etc., etc. Like, there's been times where he's been wrong like this, and you know, it was wrong to say what he said then there, and it's wrong to say what he said now, right? I don't think, and that isn't even like free speech stuff. It's like, dude, what do you, like, you're a huge role model for a lot of people. Like, I don't think that's setting a good example, but whatever. I mean, I don't think he gives a frick what I think or anybody else. So, like, I'm not trying to be like concern troll, like, oh, you can't act like this, bro. He's worth $450 billion. He can act any way he wants to, you know? But the flip side of it, and this is what keeps getting me, is what if he's not wrong? You know, we all know that the astronauts pretty much weren't stranded. They always had a way to get home, right? They always had a way to get home. But the flip side of that is, could SpaceX have probably gotten the next Dragon capsule ready to go a little bit earlier and brought them home earlier? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could have gotten that done. And they probably would have gotten it done better than most. The only reason it's taking a lot of time right now is because Crew 10 is going to launch with a new Dragon capsule. There's a bunch of Dragon capsules in the rotation. They had Dragon capsules lined up for commercial missions like AX-4 and From 2. Like, those Dragon capsules are waiting in the wings, and they're in various stages of refurbishment. They could get them going if they really wanted to, right? You know? But, like I said, the flip side of it is, so, and this is what I got talking with Bree about. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. It just, you know, like, I've been paying attention to what he does for a long time, dudes. Long time. I mean, the guy's a role model to me, role model for working hard and getting stuff done. Like that, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that didn't have some influence on me, right? So I gotta believe that in some way, shape, or form, it's not just political nonsense, just because it's about spaceflight. But it could be. It probably is, right? Like, what if he's not wrong? So, you know, NASA doesn't tell us everything about what goes on at the space station. They don't tell us everything. We know that. Like, you know, astronaut privacy and stuff. Like, it would suck if you had cameras on you, like, 24/7. The ISS would turn into Squid Game, right? Like, we don't want that, right? Here's hoping Rook can help NASA through all this. Yeah, probably Diagonalizer. It's obviously a component of it. I thought about it, too. Why would he not mention it right when it happened? I don't know, Philip. I don't know, dude. Phil, I don't know. Like, maybe he thought it wasn't right. Like, it's no secret that the last president didn't like him, you know? So maybe when he wanted to offer services, he said, no, piss off. Like, maybe they didn't even respond to him, you know? But what I can't help but think in the back of my mind is, and this, like I said, I was talking about this with Bree. If you guys disagree with this, that's fine. I just want to say my piece, and then we'll go play games, okay? If he's not wrong, that means NASA ran cover for Boeing because the capsule wasn't working. The capsule sucks. Well, at least the thruster component sucks. NASA and Boeing have are working together on Starliner. NASA's been very, very, very closely involved with Starliner since OFT-1, by their own admission. Oh, the OFT-1 fiasco happened, and then NASA said, we're going to take a bigger role with Starliner and put Boeing under a magnifying glass, right? Like what they did with SpaceX with Dragon to try and fix things. You know, if Elon isn't wrong, that means that NASA and Boeing ran cover for themselves, right? Meaning that they actually had a scenario where we're like, oh crap, we can't get them off the station, right? We need to figure this out, right? And I will say that by, you know, just having Butch and Sonny do a long duration stay, that's probably the best solution. That is the best solution if you don't want to screw up ISS logistics, right? Because sending a rescue mission is just going to add another capsule that has to stay up there. But then again, in the same breath, leaving Starliner up there for 3 months almost for a 6-day mission is also screwing your ISS logistics. But then again, sending a Dragon rescue on top of that is screwing up the ISS logistics supply chain even more, right? Because CRS-27 needed to get up there, and Crew 9 needed to get up there. And Crew 9 needed to pass off, Crew 8 needed to pass off to Crew 9. So you ran out of docking ports, right? And that's not saying it couldn't be done. It's just added risk, right? It could be done, sure, of course. You could have sent up a rescue between Crew 8 and Crew 9, but that would require another Dragon capsule in your logistics pipe, and that Dragon capsule would need to be rushed. You know, I think what is most likely happening, what most likely happened is that, you know, they stranded those guys up there. SpaceX was like, look, we can get them right now, right? We could get them right now. And NASA said, nah, we're good. We'll just have them wait till the next thing. And I don't know, maybe Elon took it personally. Maybe he took it personally. You know, that it's a possibility. So I took that personally, right? Like that, I don't know. But like I said, I've noticed with Elon and what he says, there's always an end goal. He doesn't just say things willy-nilly. There's a purpose for it, right? And this is not me defending him by any means. There's always an end game with that guy. Always. Like, there's always an end game. He's trying to do something. He's trying to get an effect to do something. Now, like, It makes a lot of sense. I heard the cost difference of getting them now was like 100 million, though. Not very efficient, if true. Yeah, I suppose. Maybe they said... Oh, there's my alarm. Maybe they said no to the rescue because of the logistics money reasons, and Elon took it as a political insult given they were in the middle of an election. That's Occam's razor, Dino. Right? The last government seemed to burn Tesla a bit too. That's what I'm saying, Don's. Like, it's no secret that he wasn't friends with the last president. Like, they didn't see eye to eye on things. And that's fair. Like, disagreeing is okay. I think that's the most important thing to understand here. Like, you can disagree with somebody and still, like, you don't have to hate them if you disagree, right? It's possible because Elon works so hard and so fast. He saw it as a government institution, barriers to efficiency, which from the private sector perspective is frustrating. I think that's what he's been dealing with for the last 20 years, Wolfpack, and I think he's kind of over it, to be honest with you. You know? Fellas, don't get at each other's throats, guys. Please. Please don't. Please, I'm begging you. Please don't. Please don't. If you can't respectfully disagree with somebody, leave it out of the chat. Like, I feel bad talking about this here, but I figure I needed some closure from Wednesday's space news, you know? Yeah, Dean, with that being said, I pretty much covered everything. I pretty much, like, if he's not wrong, NASA's got some big problems. Like, there is one other thing that I wanted to mention. Like, you know, his government efficiency office, right, announced earlier, like, basically at the beginning of the week that they were going to look at NASA and look at all of NASA's financials. And then all of a sudden we have a bunch of people taking early retirement at NASA. That's not a great look for NASA. So, once again, you know, Bree said this to me, and she's 100% right. It's not black and white. Spaceflight's complicated. It's probably somewhere in the middle. Probably somewhere, on some level, a component of what Elon's saying isn't wrong. But once again, it doesn't excuse the behavior. It doesn't excuse that behavior. You can't act like... Dude, you can't do that. Come on, man. Like, spaceflight's tied to public perception. We all know this. You can't go around acting like that. But once again, I don't think he gives two flying fricks what any of us think either. So, you know, I respectfully disagree. Don't mind me. Good morning. Well, I respectfully disagree with your disagreement, Ripari. It's not morning. Oh, wait, yes, it is. It's not morning in the UK. So good afternoon. Good morrow to you, sir. Last, please. What's up, buddy? Do you think there will be a little beam today, or is it back to timberboard and workers? I love me some beam. I don't know, man. Yeah, Wolfram, like I said, Biden gave incentives to American automakers to electric vehicles, but would not give them to Tesla. That pissed them off bad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, what up? Like, it's no secret that they didn't like each other, dude. So maybe he feels personally attacked. Like, Elon's a very passionate dude. You don't get to do what he does without being passionate and very, very, you're very, very passionate about what you do. Like, it leaks through, and sometimes that can lead to emotional outbursts. Take it from somebody that knows, right? Like, I get it. Hey, Kelly. What's up, buddy? Buenos dias. I'd like to see you speedrun the tech tree in KSP career mode. I don't know. Anyway, you're right. It's tea time in the UK. Oh, good morrow to you, sir. So, yeah, guys, like, I figured that I said my piece, and yeah, I'm kind of done with it, dude. Limo, let's not. Don't go there, man. I'm timing you, dude. Don't say that. Don't threaten violence, people. That's not cool, dude. We can't do that. Just, let me, don't get me wrong. You do whatever you want. Like, it. Don't involve me. If you want to bring violence, that's your own name. Do not get me involved with that. Dean posted a few more KSA clips. I've seen it, Phil. It's awesome. So what happened at 6? The launch pushed to 10. all systems, and we got to cover it, which is pretty cool. Can we look at the KSA updates? Sure. But we're still, remember, we're still under Starlink launch coverage. The launch happened an hour ago. Here, I'll show you guys what's cooking. I'll show you guys what Dean's cooking up here. How about this? What is KSA? So Dean Hall is the CEO of a company called RocketWorks. RocketWorks made Stationeers and Icarus, among other things, Killpawn. And when actually RocketWorks was in the bid to make KSP2 in the bidding process, and they lost it to Star Theory, Intercept Games, right, which is now folded, right? And Dean back in the day made mods for Kerbal Space Program. If you guys have heard that name before from the gaming side of things, Dean kind of invented DayZ, a game called the DayZ mod for Arma, and then he worked on DayZ standalone, and that didn't work too well. But he's had his own company since then, RocketWorks, and they've made really good games. Stationeers is amazing, and Icarus is a pretty damn good game in its own regard. But at the end of the day, Dean is a pretty big spaceflight fan. He loves spaceflight. He made the component space shuttle mod for KSP back in the day. And when he figured out that KSP2 was folding, he started a new project at RocketWorks called Kitten Space Agency. Don't get me wrong, it's a working title. But Kitten Space Agency is a spiritual successor to Kerbal 1. So now, Kitten Space Agency, what are your thoughts on KSA Dev saying it won't come to Steam, but instead accept tips and distribute through torrents? To me, it shines doubt on long-term success. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, Monoprop. What I will say is that, so fellas, I'm not going to lie to you. I helped orchestrate this. When KSP2 folded, I reached out to a lot of laid-off KSP2 devs and pushed them in Dean's direction, and he definitely hired a lot of KSP2 and KSP1 developers. I pushed them in that direction. Be like, yo, this guy, he wants to make a space game. Go work for him. And you know, I ended up doing consulting on this game, or I'm doing consulting on this game. I still am. Like,
Discovery, go at throttle up.
You know, so I don't know, Monoprop. I will tell you this, that this game is, it's a passion project for the people that are working on it. It's, you know, it's a passion project, dude. Like, whether Dean will change his mind or not, I don't know. I can't speak for the guy, dude. And I can't speak to the business model. I'm not really a part of that. I am consulting with this game on, you know, some design things here and there. Like, not a lot, but I am. I don't do a lot of stuff on this. Like, the updates I see are the updates that you see, because I'm too busy. I'm too busy at times to pop in and, you know, ask what's up. But I do talk with Dean, and I do talk with a bunch of the developers about this game from time to time. So I'm kind of working on it on the side. Like, this is a side project. I don't know about the business model side of things, but I do know that this seamless planet transition is pretty awesome. Monoprop, if I had to guess that, that business model is probably because this is a big passion project. Like, we all, you know, when KSA first came around, none of you guys knew about it. I had a meeting with Dean and a couple of other people's names you might recognize from the Kerbal realm of things. I've been asked not to say who, but we had a meeting, kind of a meeting of the minds of all like the big Kerbal players with Dean and everybody else. Like, this is very much a passion project. Like, we ain't making this, I say we, and once again, I can't really speak for them. I know good and well that a lot of people are making this not for profit, but they're making it because what happened with KSP2 is not okay. And it is very much an ideologically driven project. Like, we need to, and I'm only speaking for myself, but a lot of people were in agreement. Once again, I can't say who. Let's just say Dean was in agreement and we'll call it a day. This is to pay the STEM education and STEM outreach in games forward to the next generation of kids. That's the big reason. You know, if I had Kerbal when I was in high school or middle school, it would have opened up some doors for me. It, like up here, like some mental doors would have been open to what's out there and stuff. You know, if Kerbal had come out when I was like a freshman in high school, I would have completely changed my tune, and I would have immediately saw like, oh, math is really worth it. I need to learn this if I want to do this, which is why you guys see me say to kids, like, if kids are like, I don't know why I need math. Like, why do I need math? Like, you need that if you want to do stuff with rockets. That's kind of important. If I had something like that, dude, I'd be working in an aerospace company right now. It would have really opened my eyes to stuff. Like, and you can't pay for that kind of like mentality shifting stuff with children, like with kids. Like, that's not, you know. Because, dude, I was 15 once. I remember when you're 15, you think you know everything. You don't know everything, but you think you do. And there's not a lot of things that can get a kid to be like, oh, yep, okay, this is cool. I should do good in school. Like there's not a lot of stuff out there like that, you know? So, yeah, this is very much a passion project. It's very much paying it forward, Monoprop. So I could say that might be the reason why they're doing what they're doing, or Dean could just hate Steam. I don't know. Yeah, Hellingar, exactly. I don't think he cares about it selling well, dude. I really don't. I think it's about making a good game. Hey, Pados, 8-month resub and Squishchin. What's up, buddy? 80 months. Had my classes canceled today. Got to stay at home. Haven't been around to see the stream in a while. It's all right, man. You're out busting face, hopefully. What do you think about NSF becoming a partner with Kitten Space Agency? What would NSF do, W? Like, how would they be a partner with KSA? I'm confused. Like, what would happen there? I really like the way you play KSP, so any influence you can put on the game, I'm all for it. They do reach out to me from time to time, say, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, do you think we could do this? Hey, what's going on? I'm surprised you're on the media end of things instead of a wrench in one hand and a computer in the other. Yeah, wounded. Yeah. KSA launch commentary? Hell yeah. Dean has also stated, if my memory is correct, that he's not willing to partner with someone like a business partner to help funding. Yeah, it's a passion project, dude. KSA merch on the NSF store could work. That'd be kind of cool. Any thoughts on Star Citizen? I don't play Star Citizen because if I play Star Citizen, my life is over. You'll never see me again. Please tell them we need winches in-game. Yeah, Jimboy, yeah. They haven't, dude, I don't know if you could tell from the pictures, they haven't even gotten to the point of implementing robotic parts, but it is on their, I'm pretty sure it's on their roadmap. I don't want to say anything official, you know what I mean? Did you ever try Stellaris? I did try Stellaris, Dino. I did like it. Yeah, it's a fun game. No Man's Sky is good now. Yep. I hope the core KSP2 dev team can stay involved. I did refer a good amount of people from the KSP2 dev team, Squishchin. Yep. Once again, I've been asked not to say names, but here. Now, I won't say I did this one, but hold up. Let me scroll back. Give me 1 second. I gotta find it. Give me 1 moment. I gotta find the dang picture. I don't know. Somewhere floating around on the internet is a picture of Dean Hall with Felipe. Felipe, a harvester, the guy that invented KSP. So, draw those conclusions however you see fit. Not to mention it teaches your brain to think differently and solve problems. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kerbal's invaluable. O'clock, 860 hours. W, you didn't last if you missed it. Actually, it's NSF that does events like Intrepid now, right? Could you be an official partner to KSA for educational events? I mean, we could. Have you heard of Terra Builder? There's a mod that works that allows you to watch rocket launches in Flight Simulator. No, that's cool, though. Did you ever try Balsa? Yeah, that's Kit Hack, Squishin. It's called Kit Hack now. Yeah, Felipe worked on... That's Felipe's new game. Have you ever played Captain of Industry? It seems like the ultimate EJ game. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Do I have vids of Surviving Mars? I haven't played Surviving Mars in a long time. Those VODs are probably long gone. Flips. I think the last time I played Surviving Mars was like 2016. Anyway. Yeah, I said what I needed to say. We'll probably end up talking more about it on Flame Trench, but also on another topic, did you figure out if you'll be going to Sebring in 3 weeks? I think you said you wanted to question. I don't know what I'm doing in 2 days, Max, let alone 3 weeks. I have no idea. I might be in Texas in 72 hours. I have no idea. I don't know, dude. Yeah. Been firing on all cylinders at the red line for a long time. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'm having for dinner. Yeah, neither do I. Anyway. All right. Yeah, this Starship or Starlink coverage went a little long. I'm all for pushing buttons, but I want to wrench and tear things apart and fix things. Pythos, I want to do that too, but I want to do that in real life. I'm in a position where we can. Like, you know, let's go find like a junk T-53 or like Lycoming T-53 or something and take it apart, you know, like. Don't overheat. Yeah, I'm trying not to, Snake. I'm trying not to. I almost did on Wednesday, which is why it felt really bad. But anyway, ever do tear down a Merlin engine to the block? No, but it'd be cool. You have a junk coronet to rebuild. Yeah, that's true. I know, procrastination. Could you imagine a few years from now, space STEM events featuring PCs with educational builds of KSA and all the nerds can play it and learn stuff? That's basically what Kerbal used to do back in the day. Plane mechanics simulator. Yeah, Python's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, let's wrench on some aerospace parts. Like, we won't be able to use them, but at least we have them. Like, dude, how funny would it be to start a T-53 in the garage? I mean, I probably couldn't afford a gas turbine, but it'd be funny. Use it as a damn snowblower. You know, that's something I could get behind. Heck, a 172 would be neat. Yeah, right. Just do an RC1 like the link I sent you. I am so afraid to get into RC planes, Mutter, because I know good and well where we're getting into RC planes ends. Long story short, I already have expensive hobbies. I don't need more expensive hobbies, dude. You know, I don't need more expensive hobbies. Like, I already like automobiles, and that's ridiculous. Yeah, I already like that. Like, automobiles are really, that's an expensive hobby. We'd be on Flame Trench. Yep. GSA auctions is an expensive hobby. Yep. eBay jet turbines. Yeah, an Allison 250 C19A is $63,000. A T53 test cell is $2,900. Yeah, I don't know, man. Is this why you avoid model trains? That's absolutely why I avoid model trains. I know exactly where that ends. I'm gonna find a Humvee on GSA auctions. See, that's the place, man. That would be the place. All right. Oh, scale around EJ's yard. I'd go G with how big the yard is. Lowe's G scale would probably be the right one. It's a big yard. Anyway, and these model trains can't hit wood shear and drop 50 feet to the ground. No, well, what about in Back to the Future 3? Was that not a model train? I'm just kidding, man. GSA auctions is trouble, Pythos. And I'm going to it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm doing this, but we're here. What I'm doing. Why am I doing this? This is not a good idea. This is a really bad idea. Yet I'm still doing it. What is, oh, that's not, nope. I gotta get off this. I can't do this. I can't do it. It's not a good idea. A deuce and a half truck for Boca. Yeah. Dude, there's so much good stuff on here. It's so bad. Here you go, Pythos. Here you go, buddy. It's in Provo. It's not far. Ooh. I'll say again, I floated the idea of buying mil surplus Humvees for NSF to move around in because they're cheap. They're not very complicated. They're really, really inexpensive, and there's tons of parts for them. Das vetoed that idea. He vetoed it hard because they don't have air conditioning. And I'm like, we could fix that, but he didn't want to. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? Yep. He was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm like, all right, fine. Yeah, all right, fine. No, he doesn't want a project, dude. And I understand it. Getting all the cameras and keeping all the infrastructure working in Starbase is enough of a project. You don't need your cars braking on you. Putting window units in the back, nice. No AC in South Texas is close to insanity. Yep. But also some tricked out NSF Humvees would be pretty cool. Anyway, I know what we can do to derail the stream. We can do Derail Valley. So what you're saying is you should buy Fleet Crown Vics. It needs to be 4x4. It needs to get out into the dunes. Choosing a car because there's a lot of spare parts on the market sounds like classic NASA planning for failure, but it's a Humvee. It's designed to survive battlefield conditions, O-Force. Stuff will break, but only if you enter battlefield conditions. Anyway, I mean, they are also kind of pieces of junk, but whatever. You didn't hear that. Anyway. All right, guys. If you guys don't mind, I kind of just want to chill and play Workers. Is that cool? I want to get into another game, but guys, the reason why I haven't been doing the other games is just because I want to get in here and jump in on a game I'm familiar with right now. Because, yeah, I'm doing there's a lot of other work, so yeah, so I'm gonna jog the VOD. We'll finish working on. We'll try to get the utilities done here. So, once again, that was a little bit long-winded Starlink 1214 launch coverage, but hey, whatever. We'll I don't know what we'll do. I was gonna say we'll play games next week, but you know, in a time where I don't want to do as much space news, we might be doing a lot of space news next week. So. I'll see you guys. I'm gonna jog the VOD here. I'll be back in a couple minutes. All right, YouTube, stand by for loss of signal, as expected.